Welcome to Knights of the Old Republic. War, the fifth and final part in the series. Kace and the Mandalorians attack the Jedi Academy on Dantooine. As Kace and his Mandalorian knights battle the Jedi, Kace tells the Mandalorians to leave the students unharmed. Master Zar Lestin confronts Kace, and Kace tells him that he's saving the padawans from the Jedi. At that moment, a dreadnought arrives over the planet. Kace believes that this is one of his dreadnoughts, and tells Lestin that it will fire upon the Jedi Academy unless they surrender their padawans to him. Lestin and the other Jedi have no choice but to yield. Kace tells the padawans that their studies will continue with the Mandalorian Knights, and he is saving them from servitude to a corrupt republic. Some of the other Mandalorian Knights concur, saying that the Republic only exists to protect wealth, and the Mandalorians' only loyalty is to life. But Cosornel, who's watching all of this, looks unsure. A shuttle descends from the dreadnought, which we learn is the same dreadnought Zayne and Morvis stole in the last issue, the Purgai. Warriors emerge, dressed in Mandalorian armor, and congratulate Kace on the success of the operation. Kace suggests moving the Padawans onto the Purgai and scrapping reciprocity for parts. On hearing this, one of the Mandalorian soldiers, who is actually Morvis, is distressed. The ship, Reciprocity, means a lot to Morvis, as we know. Kace notices his reaction. One of the other Mandalorian soldiers, who's obviously Zayne in disguise, tells Kace that Mandalore has another mission for him, for which they require reciprocity. Kace balks at the idea of abandoning the Padawans, but eventually concedes, suspiciously easily. That's when he knocks the helmet off Morvis's head. He sensed that it was Morvis as soon as he reacted to the idea of scrapping reciprocity. Kace orders his knights to stop Zayne and Morvis from leaving with the Padawans. He reprimands Sornel for not informing him that the dreadnought had been stolen, and she says that he never asked directly. She is clearly not on board with Kace's plan. Kace mocks Zayne about yet another one of his failed plans. Zayne says that he knows how bad his luck is, so this time he has prepared for every eventuality. He activates a detonator on his suit of armor and blows up the shuttle. In the ensuing chaos, he orders the crew of the Reciprocity to take the Padawans to the ship as fast as they can. Morvis hands him his lightsaber, which was concealed inside a staff. As the Reciprocity takes off with everyone on board, Kace uses his jetpack to try and follow them. Morvis tells Zayne that they only need a minute to get safely into orbit, and Zayne goes after Kace to divert him. The two of them crash into the Jedi Academy and begin to duel with their lightsabers. Master Lestin, who is still there, recognizes Zayne. Kace has the upper hand in the duel, and after disarming Zayne, attempts to go after the Reciprocity once again. Zayne clings onto his leg in a last-ditch attempt, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to stop Kace. That's when Cosornel pulls her blaster on Kace. She tells him that after what happened on the Purgai, the other dreadnought commanders decided that they didn't want to associate with the Jedi any longer. She also says that none of them want to involve children in the war, saying that it's one thing to adopt the orphans they create in war, but it's another to kidnap children from their parents. Kace tells her that Mandalore ordered the Mandalorians to help him and his knights. Sornel tells him that, since they are the ones doing the actual fighting, the Mandalorian warriors should get to decide for themselves. She threatens to kill Kace if he harms Zayne. Kace is hellbent on finishing what he started, even if he has to kill Sornel, but Sornel reveals to him that she is pregnant. Zayne pulls out the picture of Kace's Mandalorian lover, Varda, from Kace's pocket and shows it to him. She was pregnant with Kace's child when the Republic killed her. He implores Kace not to do the same thing to Sornel and her unborn child. Kace ultimately relents and says that maybe his way wasn't the right one. Master Lestin asks Kace and praises Zayne. He tells Zayne that he never thought he would become a Jedi, but today he showed everyone that he was more than a Jedi. Kace accepts his fate, but says that the war will not end until the corruption within the Republic and the Jedi Order remains. He asks that Sornel be allowed to return to her family. In the epilogue, we learn that the Mandalorians left the dreadnought Purgai behind, and Dallin Morvis is given command of it. Kace is subject to a trial, in which he proclaims the righteousness of his cause for hours. Cosornel returns to her family, and the Mandalorians leave Hathor. Before leaving, Sornell sends a message to Zayne that simply reads, "Home." Zayne wonders if he'll ever see her again. For now, he's about to have his own family reunion at last. He finally sees his sisters and his girlfriend, Jarael, again. We learn that in the end, Zayne finally picks a side in the war. He joins Morvis's crew on the Perjai and becomes a lieutenant. The end of the war is still a couple of years away, and we leave Zayne with the tiny hope that he may have finally found his place in the universe. And that's how Knights of the Old Republic War comes to an end. We hope you've enjoyed this series. Subscribe to our channel to watch more summaries of Star Wars comics, and join us for our next series, coming soon.